Davella back. Today I want to talk about what I think is the most important high notes that you can practice. Because I don't think that practicing high notes all the time is sometimes the best thing for you. I know high note players, a lot of them will tell you that you need to practice them every day. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. But I think there's a few important high notes that I think that are overlooked. And to me, this is what I like to practice instead of practicing in an extreme register all the time, which sometimes that does you more harm than good. So the notes that I'm talking about is just a high C, not a double high C, a high C sharp, high D, high E flat, high E. So those notes, C, D, and E, I think if you practice in that range and you do it a couple times a week, I think it'll do you a lot of good. And it'll do you good in all the registers. It'll do you good playing above that and playing below that. And let's face it, 99% of the time, they're the notes that you're going to have trouble with playing because they're the notes that you're going to see in the music more than you see any other kind of notes in the music. So when you see those notes in the music, you need to be able to play them. And by practicing them, that's going to only help. And when you practice these notes, it doesn't destroy your embouchure like sometimes just trying to practice and trying to reach higher than normally you can. So, and a lot of times you don't realize that you're not as good as you think you are at playing those notes because you think that you can reach those notes and they're easy to play. And they're not, generally, they're really not that easy to play them right. So you need to be able to reach them. You also need to be able to start on those notes. So let me tell you the things that I do, and let me play a couple of things that I do to practice those notes. Now we're going to do the fundamentals. And don't let this bore you because this is important. First we're going to play the C scale, 2 octaves, and see if we can get to a nice C. Alright, so now like I said, we're going to play C all the way up to the E, so let's do the C sharp scale now. Okay, D scale. E flat scale. And up to the E scale. Alright, so we did those scales. Next thing we're going to do something called note targeting, which is we're going to start from those notes and work our way down. But Cormac Caruso used to give me a specific note target exercise, and you can use it for targeting any notes. Now let's show you, we're going to note target on the C. First get the sound of the C in your head. Now we're going to play the next octave C. Take it off. Take it off. Alright, so now we're going to play those scales from the top down, and that would be our note target practice because we're hitting those scales first. We could play the first note an octave lower if we want just to get the sound. And let's play the C scale starting from the top down. Alright, I guess we can figure it out by now. Now we're going to play the C sharp scale from the top down. Try to hit that C sharp in the first shot. Again, if you don't want to or you don't want to, it's up to you. You want to play the octave lower to get the sound in your head. Okay, now we're going to do the D. Alright, doing the best you can, the cleanest you can. I don't think that was perfect, but we'll keep going. Now I'm going to do the E flat. Now I want to get the E flat sound in my head after talking. E flat from the top down. The E scale from the top down. Now I like to end this practice playing something to do, a musical line. It doesn't matter what it is, but don't forget, playing in the music is what we're aiming for. So pick anything that has a C in it, a D in it, or E in it. In this case, it's just a line, more of, I guess, a bebop line sort of. And this is starting on C. Let me play this for you, and then this is how I like to end, just playing a short piece of music with these notes in it, and see how I'm doing with it. So I do think that those notes are very important to practice, and if you can master those notes or get good at them, that takes care of for most of us, myself included, 99% of all trumpet playing, maybe 100% of all trumpet playing that we're going to do for most of us, including me. So remember now, I guess in conclusion, that we're practicing C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, and we're going to note target as the Carmen Caruso lessons, and just do whatever exercises you want up there, and then finally, and the last thing we do is something in the music that includes one of these notes. The last thing I did, I started on the C, so your note targeting that, and up to the E, and try to play it the best I can. And so I think that's the really a good practice. Instead of practicing an extreme high register all the time, a couple times a week, practicing that register, and that will keep you in shape for the upper register, and you'll get better and better at those notes, which I think almost 100% of the time you're not going to have any more demand on you than those notes. So I hope you liked this lesson, and I'll see you next time.